Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Shan and today I've got a chatty vlog for you. Just thought I'd kind of update you on stuff that's going on. Not that we're getting out much, but just to kind of see how you're all doing and check in with you and let you know what we're up to, how life is right now. Let me get comfier and more in the middle. First thing is I dyed my hair. You might not be able to tell, but if you look at my last video or the one before, you will see it had gone kind of a real platinum blonde at the bottom. And so I didn't do my roots because those are darker, but I just wanted the bottom to be a lot more like my natural hair colour, which is this kind of probably a tiny bit darker than this. But I just thought I wanted to keep some blonde for now. I was a bit scared because obviously the last time I had it done, it was like blue, purple, all kinds of different colours, and it went too blonde and it went really platinum blonde in the sunshine, and so it was just too much. It wasn't quite me. I needed to tame it down a bit and tone it down a bit. So yeah, I did this the other night and I really wasn't sure. I posted it on Instagram. I was like, oh no, and my hairdresser, bless her, watches my Instagram stories, and I was just like, oh no, what's she gonna think? Because I was meant to have my hair done literally like the week that we went into lockdown, so my hair could really do with a cut. It has got very long. It's 6 years this year since I had it cut really short, like literally to about 1 centimetre, and donated it to the Little Princess Trust. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link on here. It's worth a watch. It was a huge leap for me. I've never had my hair short before, apart from when I was a baby, so that was huge. But it's worth watching. So my hair has changed, but not a lot. It never really changes that much apart from the rainbow hair briefly. In terms of life, we are, touch wood, settling into a school routine. It was much better last week, which for us was week 5 of the kids being at home. So this week is week 6, which seems ridiculous. I don't know where those 6 weeks has gone. But we started really well at the very beginning, then went into Easter holidays and it all went a bit wrong. Then last week was amazing until Friday morning, when literally 10 minutes of maths caused the biggest meltdown I've ever seen. So that was fun, and my daughter then trashed our jigsaw that we'd been working for a very long time. Like, let's say we'd put 6 hours into doing that jigsaw. So to say I was gutted is like slight understatement. I was really not very happy with that, but she helped me put it back together, the outside, so we just have to start again from there. But this week has been, well, we're only on Monday. Today has been good so far. The kids are getting on. I've just taught the kids how to play blackjack with matchsticks instead of money. This is how my grandma taught me, and we used to love coming up and staying here and just sitting down at night and playing blackjack pontoon with matchsticks. It's quite good maths as well. You know, they're having to add up, they're having to gauge how much of their little pot they're going to bet. And yes, gambling is, you know, probably not that great to be teaching them, but they're enjoying it and they're learning. So I'm going to go with that. We've also started baking a bit, and I'm really enjoying science. We do science on a Monday morning and it's always some kind of experiment, and I'm really enjoying watching the experiment. So this morning we did something to do with ice cubes, and you put a bit of string on an ice cube and then you put salt onto a bit of string, which freezes a bit of string, and then you can pick up the ice cube on the bit of string. It's really cool. Stuff like this that I really enjoy, and then I make them write up the experiment and why it happened and all that kind of stuff. So homeschool is going okay. I feel a bit sad that the school haven't actually organised any kind of Zoom meetings or catch-ups or anything like that. So my son had one yesterday with his classmates, which the parents organised, and my daughter has one tomorrow with her classmates. They literally have like between 9 and 10, 11 children in a class, or in a year group. But in the whole class it's more, so there's not that many of them catching up. But I just think, especially when my son is in year 6, like this year is an important year in terms of friendship and growing, and it's probably more important than the academic stuff. So I really want him to be keeping in contact with his friends, because these are the people he's going to be going to secondary school with. So we're kind of trying to push those friendships a bit. It feels, I don't know if it's just because he's a boy, it feels like we have to really push that, whereas my daughter's just been chatting to her friends on Messenger and all kinds of stuff already. You know, she just uses my phone and calls her friends, and has been doing since day one really, because she really misses them. But I think it could just be a difference between the boys and girls, I don't know. Yeah, my son tends to be, his friendships tend to be more playing football, being outside, being physical, whereas my daughter's games with her friends tend to involve being inside, playing nice little games, kind of imaginative games, and they can do that on Messenger, which is quite nice. So those are the kids. Health has been good. My hip has started clicking again, which makes me really sad, and I'm really hoping that it's not, that it's got back to what it was before my op. It hurts a bit. It doesn't hurt like it did before, but I'm worried about it. But I have got my consultant, I've got a phone call with him in a month and a half, 2 months. So I will talk to him about that then, and obviously by that point I'll know more about what it's doing. I've been trying to work out every day, whether it's going out for a walk, or in fact it's normally going out for a walk and doing Pilates or yoga or some kind of strength work, because I realised the other day when I went out for a walk by myself that I have become unfit because the kids don't walk at the same pace as me. So when we go out for a walk together, I'm like just going slowly. So when I went out by myself, I like went really fast up this hill, and at the top I was like, oh. So I need to work on kind of strength and core and things I can work out on at home, and I tend to do that first thing in the morning before I kind of get up and deal with the children, because it gives me maybe a bit of mental strength as well, just to kind of face the day, because at the moment emotions are just all over the place. And I know I've mentioned this in my Instagram today, or if I haven't yet, I'm going to be. One thing I've been really struggling with is guilt, and it's kind of made me realise that we're allowed to have bad days. Like, you're allowed to have days where you are really struggling, and to admit that you're really struggling, because whilst you might be in a very privileged position, it doesn't mean you can't feel bad. And I feel like there's a whole lot of guilt about, like, oh, you're very privileged in that position, you shouldn't feel bad, but you can feel bad. I know that we are privileged to have a house with a garden, for my husband to still have a job. I have no work right now, and that's hard. I have no income, there's no income coming in. I don't know when the B&B will open again. That is really difficult. But I know that we're in a privileged position, but it doesn't mean that I can't struggle one day. And I feel like there's a huge amount of guilt that you feel from other people, like from their Instagram, from Twitter. You have to allow yourself to feel that frustration or that anger, and you can't feel guilty about it, because that's going to make you feel worse. And it's a horrible cycle of, you know, you don't want to feel like a victim, but equally you want to give yourself a right to feel angry. Like, you're allowed to feel angry, upset, hurt, all of those things right now. It is so difficult, and I just think there was this realisation about thinking, actually, I am allowed to feel this. Not only am I allowed to feel this, I'm allowed to say I'm feeling this. And a lot of people have, you know, like, I've cried on Instagram so many times during lockdown, because it's hard, and we're in a position where we don't actually see our family very much anyway, because we live a really long way away from them. So that side of it for us is not any different to normal. But it's the friendships, it's meeting friends in the village, it's going to the pub, it's, you know, even meeting the guests who come and stay in our house. And whilst it's lovely not having guests, I kind of, obviously I miss the money, but I also miss the interaction with people and meeting people who come every single year. And it feels sad to kind of be going through that. At the moment, doing well, everything kind of is plodding along nicely, feel good about things. But that's just today. At the moment, life is one huge up and down. It's been amazing having all this sunshine and being able to get outside and just be in the garden. All that kind of stuff I'm really enjoying. I'm doing my best to keep up with YouTube videos. I think I missed 2 this month when it was really rough, but that's out of like 8 or 9, so I think that's okay. I'm not going to feel the guilt either. Blogging is kind of almost completely stopped because I just don't have the time in the day, and in the evening I just don't have the mental capacity because my brain is completely shot from teaching children and doing everything I can to feed them. You know, the amount of dinners I'm cooking at the moment is insane, and this isn't something, you know, I do normally cook, but normally we have like maybe 2 nights a week where we get a ready meal or something easy. And because we don't have supermarket deliveries at the moment and we're not going to the supermarket, I'm just having to cook, which it's okay, and it's really nice to know that we're eating good food, but it is hard work, truth be told. So how are you doing? Please let me know how you're doing, how you're finding day-to-day life, if you're doing okay, if you're not doing okay. It's tough, it's really tough. I think I've probably whittled on enough, but I just wanted to catch up with you and see how you were doing too, and to let you know how I was. So I will see you again soon, but thank you very much for watching. Alright, bye!